Hey, Mike Brofields here. How's it going? Got a bit carried away there. It's been a while since I put up a public video. I came into the studio this morning. I thought, what shall I do? What can I contribute to the world of YouTube videos that's not been overdone? And I thought, you know, well, what works every time when you're driving in the car and you want a bit of blues rock? The fabulous Thunderbirds. Without fail. Great songs, rocking band. Jimmie Vaughan, you know. Jimmie Vaughan is always very listenable, isn't he? You know what I mean? He's just great albums, great sensibility, great mix between songs, vocals, guitar playing. If you've not listened to much Jimmie Vaughan and you've been mainly checking out Stevie Ray, very different. They're brothers, but, you know, as artists, very different and have their own kind of thing. You know, it's Texas blues, but from two different angles. Both amazing. You can't really compare them or say one is better than the other, obviously. That would be silly because they're both awesome. Okay, so a quick note. I've just dropped my first blues rock course. You can get it from my website, mikebrookfield.com, or at Patreon. I've been uploading every week, 3 times a week to Patreon. So if you're not, on the Patreon thing, go over and check that out, either as a free member or a paid member or whatever. But the course is like 17 video lessons and 12 performance videos and PDFs and all of that kind of stuff. So please check that out. Right, let's check this out. Powerful Stuff is the name of the song. Things to consider. He down tunes the guitar a whole step, right? So when you're playing this riff, you know, that is a D, you know, so you're dropping every string down a whole tone or 2 half steps, if you like. Now, I know you have 2 guitars. You have more than one guitar, don't you? So that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to actually teach the main riffs in standard tuning, and then I've got another strat here, which I've down tuned, and then we'll play along with the record a bit, and then we'll get into the vibe. So you can just grab your regular guitar as this lesson, and then later on in the lesson, you can grab one of your other guitars, down tune a whole step. So you've got this kind of riff. What I love about the Fabulous Thunderbirds, the super tidy rock and roll songs, radio friendly. The arrangements are so tidy. You know what I mean? There's just enough in them that where they develop and sound exciting and they're not really predictable or anything like that. So they're really setting the bar high. I think Jimmie Vaughan, there's a real great, kind of knowledge and maturity in the songwriting and stuff. Okay, let's get into it, will we? So you can hear I've got a bit of tremolo on. So we've got this. Now he does that 4 times, but on the last time you get this kind of like, and that takes you to kind of like the next riff. So let's do that. We're going to play this 4 times. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. And that takes you now to the kind of the main riff, really, which I'm calling the B riff because it's the it's the second riff. Call it whatever you like. So it goes. So those 2 5s and 2 7s at the end of the second bar, that you can just do it the 5 once or the 7 once. This is not cut and paste music. This isn't kind of like dance music we're playing here. It's played live, and you can kind of twist it and turn it around as you feel, as long as it fits and sounds groovy. See the way I just went bow, bow that time, you know? So you'll hear him do that. Sometimes he's playing them twice, you know, sometimes he's playing them once. So he does that. He just plays that riff. But then when the verse kicks in, he plays that riff again twice. But then the third time, he goes... And you can see I've written that bar at the end of the line there. So I'm going to play it 4 times, you know, first 2 bars twice, and then I'm going to add that extra lick in, so you get this. You know what I mean? So it's super cool the way he does that. It sounds great with the vocal. You know, and he switches it up on the second verse. When we play along with the record, we'll check that out later on. And then you've got a C lick, which is kind of like the middle 8, where you've got like... I don't know if he does that. I'm just doing that. I'm just playing an A7. The 4th time, I'm playing a B power chord. So all together, 3, 4. Second time. 3rd time. 4th time. And then you're into like solo, and it's really good fun one to jam along with the record. Big fan of jamming along with the records here, aren't we? So, okay, what to do next? Let's put the record on. I'm going to swap guitars, and then, you know, we'll just check it out. So I've got my other Strat here. You grab your other guitar. I'll just check the tuning, because this guitar, you know, sometimes they take a while to settle, don't they? Yeah, it's kind of not exactly there. But anyway, be close enough for rock and roll in a second. Yeah, ooh, blimey. There we go. It's a bit sharp. But anyway, it's cool to be sharp, as they say. Alright, so that's down a whole step. So the E is a D. The A is a B. The D is a C. The G is an F. The B is an A. The E is a D. So you're just taking everything down a whole step. You've got a tuner. Not a big problem, is it? Some people kind of get a bit stressed over that. It's not a big deal. Okay, so you'll hear the difference now. Quick overview of all of the riffs. Let's pull up the track wheel. We have a little jam along. You know, I might stop it and just, well, I'm just gonna, it's kind of cool just to put it in context, isn't it? So there's the verse, so he's just muting it now. I love it the way they go to that chord there. It's super. That's the intro riff. And there's just an extra bar with that's powerful stuff. So all of the riffs are there. You know, you just have to play along and just cop the really clever arranging. So simple but so effective. So we're back into the main riff here. In the second verse, there's an extra stop. So instead of going, the fill is different. It's going, he's doing that kind of thing. So he's going, he's doing like a kind of a higher lick. Sounds like the song's developing, and then, doesn't it? It's kind of, then. So that extra stop, just the intro riff. And it's powerful stuff. There's the then to the beat, guitar solo. So, you know, that's where the fun really kicks in. Ah! What's going on? Oh, I don't know what happened then. Connection lost to my keyboard. That was a bit mad. Anyway, what a way to finish the video. So yeah, you know, guitar solo time. He does another verse, which is similar to the second verse with that extra stop, and then there's a nice little break actually. What happens there, where he doesn't play that fancy riff, and there's an extra kind of suspense to it, and then you solo out. So powerful stuff by the fabulous Thunderbirds, Jimmie, Vaughan, and the crew. What a fantastic song! Oh, you can't beat this stuff, can you? So keep it burning, guys, and I will see you over at Patreon. Please check out my new course, the Blues Rock Guitar Course 1. 17 videos, 12 performance videos, all in different keys. You know, it's loads of fun. It's, you know, really influenced by this kind of stuff. So if you like this stuff, you know, what's not to like? Here we go. Have fun. See you on the next one. Okay, see you later.